So this is the second part of the video review on linear equations. System of linear equations. Many problems in business and economics lead to what is called a system of linear equations. A system of linear equations in two variables x and y consists of two equations of the type a1x plus b1y equals c1. a2x plus b2y equals c2, where a sub 1, b sub 1, and c sub 1, a sub 2, b sub 2, and c sub 2 are six given constants. The solution of the system defined by the two equations given is the set of values of x and y that satisfies both equations. There are three different ways in finding the common solution for the system of equations in two variables. First is the elimination by addition or subtraction. Second, by substitution. And third is by graphical method. So for this topic class, there will be two equations that will be given. So what are we gonna find is not only the solution set of each of the equation, is not the solution set of each of the equation, but the common solution of the both equations. So we are going to find that solution set that will satisfy the two equations. So for this time, this is there is the value that we are gonna compute is not only the value that will satisfy one equation, but the one that will satisfy both equations. Now let us start with the first method, elimination by addition or subtraction. First example, find the common solution of x plus y equals 6 and x minus y equals 4. So what are we gonna do is either to add or subtract. Now let us first start with addition. Okay? Now how are we gonna add this equation? So take note class that our goal here is to leave one variable, okay, after we solve or after we add or subtract this equation. So there must be one variable that will be eliminated. So for this equation, we have x plus x, okay? So x plus x, that is 2x. Well, positive y and negative y, that is 0. So therefore, y here is already cancelled. 6 plus 4, that is 10. And we can get 2x equals 10. And so, we're gonna divide both sides by 2. So we have x equals 5. Alright, so therefore, class, x here is 5. Now, how are we gonna get the y? So, to get the y, we will substitute 5 with our x either of the two equation. Now, let us try to substitute using the first equation. So, using equation 1. Now, we have x plus y equals 6. So, this is now 5 plus y equals 6. So we have 5 equals 6. Y equals 6 minus 5. So we have y equals 1. Alright, so therefore, class, if x is 5, y is 1. Alright? Now, class, how about if we're gonna use the second equation, okay, to check whether if you're gonna use either of the equations, you will still get the same answer. Okay, let us use the second equation. So we have x minus y equals 4. We have x as 5 minus y equals 4. So we have negative y equals 4 minus 5. So that is negative y equals negative 1. Now take note class that y should be positive. So what we're gonna do is to cancel the negative sign. Now to cancel, we have to multiply both sides by negative 1. Okay, so negative y times negative 1, that is now y. Negative 1 times negative 1, that is now positive 1. As you can see, class, we got the same answer. If 5 is x, then y is 1. So therefore, class, 5 and 1 is our common solution because both 5 and 1 satisfies our equation. If you're gonna substitute 5 plus 1, that is 6. And for this equation, 5 minus 1, that is 4. So therefore, it is our common solution. That is elimination by addition. Now, let us try elimination by subtraction. Okay, now using subtraction, class, okay, let us try using subtraction. We have subtraction. X plus y equals 6 minus x minus y equals 6. Now take note, class, that if we are gonna subtract, okay, if we are gonna subtract this one, what will happen is that their signs will be changed to the opposite one. So from here, okay, I'm going to copy and paste. Alright, so if we're gonna subtract, our x now would become negative and our y would become positive. Okay, because subtraction will change the sign, okay, of the equation. So our 6 will become negative. So by this time, using subtraction, what is to be eliminated now is the x. So positive x and negative x, that is 0. While y plus y, that is 2y, equals 6 minus 6, that is 0. Alright, to check, this should be 4 rather. We have 4. And then we have negative 4. Okay, so again, x and positive x and negative x, that is 0. Y plus y, that is 2y. And 6 minus 4, that is 2. So divide both sides by 2, we can get y equals 1. Okay, so as you can see, our y here is 1, just like what we got in using the elimination by addition. So therefore, we will get the same answer. Okay, now let us try substituting using equation 1. Okay, now using equation 1, we have x plus y equals 6. X plus y, that is 1, equals 6. So x equals 6 minus 1. So therefore, x is 5. Now again, as you can see, we got the same answer. If x is 5, y is 1. So whether you will use the addition or subtraction, you will still get the same answer. Okay, now next, let us proceed by substitution. So actually, class, substitution is another method. So therefore, if you're gonna use substitution with these two equations, you will still get the same answer because substitution is just another method of solving, but you will still get the same answer if you will use substitution rather than elimination by addition or subtraction. Now let us try using substitution. Okay, so in a substitution, find the common solution of 2x plus y equals 6 and 2x plus 3y equals 12. So I'm going to input 2x plus y equals 6 and 2x plus 3y equals 12. Alright? Now, using substitution, solve for x in terms of y using equation 1 or equation 2. So class, what are we going to do in substitution is that um, we are gonna choose one of this equation, okay, and we are going to substitute it to the other equation. So let us first try to use equation 1. Now, using equation 1 class, this equation will be substituted to the second equation. Now, before we can substitute it, we still have to transpose this equation. So, just like this one, 2x plus y equals 6. Okay? And then, what are we gonna do is to what we're gonna do is to let our x be the one that is left in this side, okay, and then transfer 2 and y to the other side. Now, how are we gonna transfer? So, if you remember class, if you're gonna transfer y to the other side, it will become negative. From positive, it will become negative. Now, how are we gonna transfer 2? So, to transfer 2 to the other side, okay, that would be to divide both sides by 2. Okay, divide both sides by 2. And so what is left now is x equals 6 minus y. Okay, 6 minus y over 2. Alright, so this is how we get our answer. Alright, so class, since our x now is 6 minus y over 2, we are gonna substitute 6 minus y over 2 to the x here. So it's just that we assume that this 6 minus y divided by 2 is the value of x. So we are gonna substitute this one to the second equation. Now to substitute, we have 2x plus 3y equals 12. And then substitute the value of x. So we have 2 multiplied by 6 minus y, okay, over 2. 6 minus y over 2. And then plus 3y equals 12. Okay, so this should be 6 over 2. Okay, now next is to solve for 2 times 6 minus y divided by 2. Now class, since we are going to multiply 6 minus y by 2, and we're also going to divide it by 2, so it will now cancel both of our 2's because 6 minus y times 2 divided by 2, it is still 6 minus y. So we have 6 minus y as the remaining values. Okay, and then copy 3y equals 12. So we now have negative y plus 3y equals 12, and then transfer the 6 that is now negative 6. Alright, now negative y and positive 3y, that is 2y, equals 12 minus 6, that is 6. Divide both sides by 2. And so we can get y equals 6 divided by 2, that is 3. Okay, so class, our y is 3. So how much is our x? Then we will now substitute the 3 to either the first or the second equation. Now, to make it easy, let us use the equation y1 because it is the shorter equation compared to equation 2. Now, using equation 1, we have 2 times x plus y. So, our y now is 3 equals 6. So, 2x equals 6 minus 3. 2x equals 3, and then divide both sides by 2. So we have x as 3 over 2, or that is 1.5. Okay, that is 1.5. Alright, 3 halves or 1.5. So we now have x as 1.5 or 3 halves and y as 3. Okay? So this is our common solution. Now class, let us check whether this is true. Okay, whether this will really satisfy our equation. Now for the checking, let us use the two equations to be sure. Okay, now to check and using the first equation, we have 2x plus y equals 6. X is 1.5 and y is 3 equals 6. Alright? Now 2 times 1.5, that is 3 plus 3 equals 6. 3 plus 3, that is 6 equals 6. That is using the first equation. Now how about using the second equation? Our second equation is 2x plus 3y equals 12. Now 2 times 1.5 plus 3 times 3 equals 12. 2 times 1.5, that is 3, plus 3 times 3, that is 9, equals 12. 3 plus 9, that is 12, equals 12. This statement is true, and so therefore 1.5 and 3 really satisfied both of our equations. So this is now our common solution. Alright, this is now our common solution. Okay, so that is how we answer the substitution. So class, if ever you are not sure whether what you did in substitution is correct or not, you can always check it by using the other method. Okay, so if the result is just the same, then that means that you did it just right. Alright, now lastly, let's proceed to the graphical method. Okay, now the graphical method. Solve the following system of linear equations using graphical method. Okay, so in the graphical method class, it is just the same with what we did from our previous video, in which we are gonna assign values to x and then find y, or assign values to y and then find x. Now class, since we are going to find the common solution here, so we can see, we will see later in our graph, okay, how are we gonna find the common solution. Okay, how do we know if that is already the common solution? Now to start, let us use these equations. Our first equation is x minus y equals 3, and our second equation is 2x plus y equals 6. Okay, now to get the x and y's of x minus y equals 3, okay, we will assign values. Alright, now using set A, Using set A, we have x as 1. So if x is 1, how much is y? So x is 1 minus y equals 3. Alright? Negative y equals 3 minus 1. Negative y equals 3 minus 1, that is 2. Now take note that again, we have to make our negative 1 positive. Now to make it positive, we will multiply both sides by negative 1. Okay, but aside from multiplying, you can also divide it by negative 1 because multiplying or dividing the same negative numbers will give us a positive answer. So negative y times negative 1, that is y, and positive 2 times negative 1, that is negative 2. Okay, so as you can see here in our table, if x is 1, y is 2. Negative 2 rather. Okay, now next is for set B. For set B, we let x be 3. Okay, now how are we gonna get if x is 3? So we have 3 minus y equals 3. And then negative y equals 3 minus 3. Negative y equals 0. Okay, now to make y positive, we are gonna multiply both sides by negative 1. Okay, so this is now 1, y equals 0. And so therefore, if x is 3, y is 0. Alright, that is our second set. Next, in set C, okay, we give x as 5. So, 5 minus y equals 3. Negative y equals 3 minus 5. And then, negative y equals negative 2. 3 minus 5, that is negative 2. Now again, to make the y positive, we are gonna multiply both sides by negative 1. So we now have y equals 2. So therefore, if x is 5, y is 2. Okay, and that is what you can see in the table. That is for the first solution. Alright, now for the first equation, as you can see here, we have x as 1 and y as negative 2. So x is 1 and y is negative 2. So there you can see the point. Okay, for set B, x is 3 and y is 0. So x is 3 here and y is 0. Alright, so this is the point. And lastly, for set C, x is 5. Okay, so here is 5 between 6 and 4, and y is 2. So as you can see, okay, that is in line with number 2. So here is our point. And then you make a line. Alright, so this is our slope for x minus y equals 3. Now, since we still have another equation, so another equation means another line. So we're gonna get another set of points. Alright. Now, by the way, class, take note that the ones that we have solved here are not yet the answer. Okay, these are just the basis to make a line. Because class, this is already finding the common solution of the two equations. So there will always be one common solution for this topic. Okay, so we are gonna find the common solution that will satisfy both of the equations. So the one that we answered here will not satisfy the second equation. So therefore, these are not yet the common solution. Let us see later how are we gonna get the common solution. Okay, but let us first solve for the second equation, that is 2x plus y equals 6. Okay, 2x plus y equals 6. Let us try set A. For set A, let x be 2. Okay, so if x is 2, how much is y? So 2 times 2, plus y equals 6. 2 times 2, that is 4, plus y equals 6. Alright, so we have y left, and then 6 minus 4. And then we can get y equals 2. Alright, now therefore, if x is 2, y is also 2. Now next, let's proceed to set B. So for set B, let x be 1. Okay, take note, I only assume this number. So it's up to you whatever values are you going to assign to each of the sets. So we have 2 multiplied by 1 plus y equals 6. 2 times 1, that is 2, plus y equals 6. Alright, then we have y equals 6 minus 2, and then y equals 4. Alright, so for this ordered pair, we have x as 1 and y as 4. Okay, that is what you can see in the table. And lastly, we have set C. For set C, let x be 3. So if x is 3, how much is y? So 2 times 3 plus y equals 6. 2 times 3, that is 6, plus y equals 6. So we have y equals 6 minus 6, so we can get 0. Okay? So if x is 3, y is 0, and that is what you can see here in our table. Alright? Now class, to solve for the set of, to make a graph, we have 2 as our x and y is also 2. Next, 4 is our x. 1 is our y. Rather, 1 is our x and 4 is our y. Okay? 1 is x, so here is the point. And y is 4, so here is the point. Okay, and the last point is that 3 and 0. So x is 3 and y is 0. Alright, so here is the point. And then you're going to make a line. So class, how do we know the common solution? So the common solution here is the one where both of our slope meets. Okay? Or both of our slope crosses. So as you can see, it crossed here, right? Where y is 0 and x is 3. So therefore, class, our 3 and 0 is already our common solution. Alright, as you can see in the first equation, we got here 3 and 0. And in the second equation, we also got 3 and 0. And if we're gonna check, okay, let us try to check if 3 and 0 will really satisfy both of our equations. So we have x minus y equals 3, and then 2x plus y equals 6. So we have x as 3, and then minus 0 equals 3. So 3 minus 0, that is 3, equals 3. So it satisfied our equation. Then next, 2 times x is 3, plus 0 equals 6. So 2 times 3, that is 6, plus 0, that is 6. So this is 6 equals 6. So therefore, 3 and 0 is our common solution. Alright, that is how we get using the graphical method. Okay, the common point of intersection is 3, 0. Now take note, class, that if the solution set cannot be visualized clearly using the graphical method, check using any of the other two methods. Since class, the answer that you may get using the graphical method will matter if you really made the perfect graph. Okay, will matter on how you make your graph. So if you did not make your perfect graph, and let's say for example, the point is here and your graph is not perfect. So let's say instead of 3, you labeled here 4, okay, because your graph was not equal. So that will not give you the correct answer. Okay? So, in order for you to have confidence whether your answer is correct by just looking at the graph, okay, your graph must be perfect. Otherwise, you will have to check it using the other methods. Because anyway, using the one of the three methods or using any of the three methods will give us the same answer. Okay? So, if you're gonna use the graphical method, always check it using either the elimination or the substitution. Alright, so that ends our systems of linear equations. So I hope you understood well. And you may also watch other YouTube videos as references, or you may ask your teacher for guidance. So that would be all for this video. Thank you for listening and have a good day.